Did you know there could be something you're doing right now on your floor in your boutique that is sucking the profits out of you right now? You don't even know it? Well, today, stay tuned because I'm going to talk about what's killing your profits and your selling, hurting your overall inventory plan, and you might not even know it. Hey there, welcome to my channel. It's Nichole Sims, the boutique expert, and I am a retail visual merchandising and marketing strategist, and I help elevate visual merchandising and marketing in-store and online for established boutique brands. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, how you can stop the silent killer that a lot of boutiques are going through and don't even know it. What that is, it's misaligned merchandising with your inventory. Your merchandising plan, how you merchandise on the floor, does not match what you bought in your inventory plan, your inventory goals. Sounds really simple, but it's really killer to a lot of boutiques where they buy something, they do some really smart merchandising, really smart buying. They're good on budget. They have a really good eye for what the customers want. They have a good pricing strategy. But when it gets on the floor, they're not making the sales that they projected themselves to make because of how they're merchandising. Your floor set should match your inventory plan, not move against it. All right. Well, today I want to teach you what I do for my clients and customers. What I do is make sure that you have a merchandising plan that strategically moves your inventory in a way that you constantly do three things. You move through slow sellers. All right. You highlight your slow sellers and you move through them. You keep your profits. All right. That's really, really important. You don't want to keep marking things down. And we're going to talk about how you can keep your profits. And then 3, you keep your floor looking fresh and new for your customers. So your repeating customers always find something new and exciting. All right. These are things that are ways you can really, really help on your floor to keep your inventory moving and moving consistently. Okay. So if you're ready to hear how you can start stopping this silent killer, stay tuned. Okay, tip number 1 on how you can stop the silent killer of your inventory not being aligned with your merchandising. Number 1 is focal points and windows. Yes, I'll say it again, focal points and windows. I've said it in my last video. I'll probably keep saying them because they're really, really key and they're really, really strong ways to merchandise. But in this particular case, I want to be a little more specific. So with your windows, customers, when they walk by a window, they already know subconsciously that something in the window is important. Something in the window is fresh and new and kind of tells that story. We're already trained that way. So if you already have really good, strong windows that draw your traffic in, use that as a way to really highlight your slow sellers. If you have sellers and you're putting your best pieces forward that are already selling, already have great traction and a great popularity, kind of reverse the thinking and use that for your slower sellers. Highlight them with better lighting, stylize them really well, use them really cute in a great outfit, great storytelling, use more props if you have to. Really judge them up and really make sure that people see how great these items are and put it in a new light. And it elevates them. And going along with that are your focal points. Again, when things are at a focal point, it's really, really elevated. They're more elevated. They feel more special to a customer. So use this area, not just to highlight your best sellers, but also to highlight things that are moving as well. So you can do a little bit of both. If you know you have a pair of jeans that really sells no matter where it is, one of your best selling items, month after month, season after season, and you just bought this great new t-shirt or button down, they're not really flowing, merchandise them all together on the same focal table or focal area. Make a mannequin area about it. Use the table and the mannequin and some props in the focal area in the store and make a new collection out of it. Maybe it wasn't bought as a collection, but if it has the same kind of color or feel to it, add it to the collection as an addition and really give it more life. That's why you can give slow sellers actually could be more elevated because people see it in a different light, and to the customer now it becomes special. Before it was in the back or in the middle of the store, but now it's with my favorite pair of jeans, or it's with those great t-shirts I used to buy all the time. Now it's this great button down with it. Oh, maybe I'll put it together. Right? Give it a little more edge to it and a little more feel to it. Okay. So the key to that is making sure that you're using your slow your best parts of your store, your focal tables, your focal areas, and your windows as a way to highlight and elevate. That's the word there. Elevate your slow movers to a different position and different light for your customers, and they will actually be more attracted to them and then buy them. In addition to your focal points and your windows, another way you can use this for this tip is adding signage. And now I'm going to go and have a video later on that's really going to go into the importance of signage, but adding little touches like signage, like saying editor's pick or special deal or something that actually gives it a little more, again, elevation to it without marking it down or putting on sale, also will help you rotate through these slow moves. So maybe you're like, hey, this is not moving very well in your mind, but you know it's a great top, or you know it's a great pair of jeans, or you know it's a wonderful dress for the summertime. Say something like, hey, this is a great dress because, and create a sign on Canva or whatever platform you use and put out there to give it a little more emphasis on it and tell the customer the story you want them to know to really elevate that item. Tip number 2, rotate your merchandising on a regular basis. I've said this before, and again, another things I love to talk about. You cannot be static with your merchandising. You can't just have a static floor set where you just set it once a quarter or even once a month. You have to make sure you're rotating this. And this actually has some psychology to it because customers get bored. They keep seeing the same thing over and over again, because if you're a successful brand, which I know you are, it means you have a consistent customers that come to you time after time, season after season, and they want to see something fresh and new. So there's a couple ways you can go about making sure that your floor rotates on a regular basis to keep your slow sellers from becoming those things and actually give them to a fresh light. The first thing is my favorite thing to have in the store is new arrival section. You have to have a new arrival section. If you don't have a new arrival section, you just put new things out, put up front, but you don't have a sign that actually signifies new arrivals, you could be losing a lot of money. Because one of the things people want to see, especially your repeat customers, is something that's new and fresh and for trend. They want to be on top of trends. They want to know that you're on top of trends, that you're the trendsetter in the boutique business. They want to know they're going to the right place. And one of the surefire ways to do that is have a new arrival section. This is also a way to push forward some of those slow sellers that you just bought that are not moving as fast as other things. So maybe you highlight all the slow moving new sellers and put those there as a collection in the outfit or on a T-stand or around or for whatever you have up in that section, and kind of call that out like, hey, this is still a new arrival. It's been there for a few weeks. It's been there for a month. You just bought it. It's not moving. They're not seeing it. Build up front in this particular section, sign it, and it gives it new life. Okay, that's one thing. You want to have small micro moves. This is very important. So you talk about this all the time. You want to have micro moves where you're moving things on a regular basis. You're rotating out your mannequins. You're rotating out your floor fixtures. You're rotating out your walls. Something a lot of people stop doing. They put it out and maybe they do a good job of rotating your walls and your floor fixtures. Your floor fixtures and your tables, your T-stands and your four-ways and your routers. But you're not touching your walls. You're keeping them static. That's a huge mistake. Change out the entire floor little by little, right? Because when people walk in and they're looking for the first thing they're looking at are your floor fixtures. Then the second thing they're looking at is what's eye level, which is the walls. So change out your face out. Change out your bus forms if you have them. Change out your jet railing. Everything you have, make it fresh out. Basically, you have pink on the face out. 2 weeks later, you have purple on the face out. Could be the same shirt, but a little tweak freshens it out. And then, of course, when you're rotating older product, maybe you have the product that's not moving, and maybe a particular color is not moving. Maybe the pink is moving, the purple is moving, but the peach is not. Put the peach in the face out. Okay? Put the peach on the bus form. All right? Do those little things, those little micro moves to rotate your product around there. All right? Another thing you can do is make sure your staff is involved, because this is a lot of work. Right? This is a lot of things you have to do. You have a lot going on. You're still selling. You're still running your business. But this is really important. So if you figure out and you kind of locate and identify your slow movers, then get your staff involved. Have them making sure that they're doing micro moves on a regular basis. They're going, touching the mannequins. They're touching the tables. They're recovering. If they're doing recovery, putting go backs away or putting out new shipment, if they're rotating those slow sellers in those shipments, and then making sure that you're creating new places for them. So the tables get done a little bit here, the windows get done here, and the walls and so forth. Okay. The key to all this, though, is making sure you have a great plan. because you want to make sure that you're planning this all out. Oh, I forgot one thing. One thing before I go through the planning is you want to make sure you're creating themes. Themes are very, very important. Okay, so themes help tell that storytelling I was talking about. And an easy way to tell stories is through themes. So sometimes the seasons give you very obvious themes like spring and Easter, Valentine's Day, fall. Those are really good things. So make some themes within the themes, like summer chic theme, or going on my cruise theme, or vacation theme, or 4th of July barbecue theme. Things that you know are really, really prevalent with your customer that they're going to really adhere to. Move those slow sellers in those themes, okay, and make them look fresh and new around the story. The customer identifies with it. They see it in a new light, a new way. Oh yeah, I am going to barbecue next weekend, and I never saw this top before because it was the back of the store. I never saw this top before. Oh, this would be cute with my new swimsuit that I have, or my new short set that I'm buying. Right? Create those things. Okay, now back to planning. So now you have those things. You want to make sure that you're planning and you're doing this on a regular basis, and because you have a lot going on your table, on your plate. So you want to plan these things out. So you want to plan out month by month and have a monthly and a quarterly and a yearly plan for your rotations. That way things don't get lost. Even if you have everything is selling well, you still want to do this. This is a great way to combat slow selling. It's also a great way to boost sales and traffic because you're keeping your floor interesting. And one way, I have something for you. I have a special tool called the 12-month Visual Merchandising Planner, directly designed for this type of thing, to help you plan out your floor moves, plan out your sales, plan out your visual merchandising strategy every single month, every single quarter for a whole year. So click the link below, check it out, because it's really going to help you plan out these micro moves, plan out your larger moves, and also look how you're doing with your sales and your KPIs. Okay, tip number 3 is to do storytelling to show underperforming categories in new ways. So this is when you actually have a full category or a few items that are really, really not selling really well, and you've done everything you can. You're trying to think of ways to make it sell before you mark it down. So this is basically ways you could actually reframe how a customer sees that item. Maybe they're not seeing in the way that in a way that actually identifies with them or connects with them. So you want to reframe it in a way that connects. And you can do that through storytelling. And there's a few ways we can do this. Okay, so one would be a trend storytelling, where you have it as a trend of something that's really big, like, French chic or boho style or something like that. So you add that to your slow selling category or your slow selling item, and you put that theme around it. You create signs again, and you merge that in a way that showcases that, hey, it's part of this great trend that's going on there. French chic is really good. You wear this skirt in that way. Or you can have lifestyle themes the same skirt. So you have a skirt that's not moving, and so you show it in different ways in someone's lifestyle. So this is a great date skirt. It's a great interview skirt. It's a great weekend skirt. It's a great interview skirt, or whatever you think your customers will want. But you're sewing the same skirt in different ways, in different themes in their life that they could use it for. So maybe this was a regular matte jersey skirt. I really don't need this, but hey, maybe you put it with a sexy top, or maybe you put it with a blazer and a nice tee. It becomes the out with the girls, or you put a sexy out with your boyfriend, or you have a little more subdued with a button down and a blazer. It becomes something for a nice business day. All right, so you're showing them lifestyle variations of the slow seller that they didn't see it in before. Okay. Or you can do things like have an overall kind of a lifestyle vignette where you actually create a room, a part in your store, if you have the room, where you highlight the slow sellers, but you make a nice lifestyle actually seen for them. So in creating a state of a theme and putting on mannequins and showing different ways, you're actually having a theme. And one of the most famous ways that I've seen this done is swimwear themes. So when people have swimwear or they're selling cover-ups, they have outfits, or they have mannequins, or they have fixtures with the swimsuits, the bathing suits, and the cover-ups. But then they add like a beach ball, they add like a surfboard, or they add some kind of prop that really makes it a more of a lifestyle overall theme, and actually a scene that your customer can see themselves in. That's a really good way to move slow sellers that people aren't really looking at, actually see themselves in that scene, wearing that item. So reframes how they saw it. So it could be a trend that your store wants to promote that the customer didn't connect the two, or it could be a way of wearing it in their life that they didn't see. Oh, I thought it was a regular mattress and skirt, but it actually is really sexy with that top that you put it with. Now I'm thinking about date night, reframing it, or making a complete scene that actually show them living their life in that outfit, actually seeing themselves in the scene you created. Right? So these are ways you tell stories in various different ways to reframe. I'll say it 3 more times to reframe the way it looks, and it connects with the customer. Now you have an emotional connection because they see themselves in this outfit or with these items. Another way you can do it is actually reframe it and make it more of a collection than you think it was. Well, you have basic tees. Let's say you buy a whole bunch of basic tees that are not selling. Right? So you have to figure out, what can I do? Well, instead of calling them basic tees, $15, how about summer essentials? $15. Just using the word essentials, and I've seen this in other brands and other large stores where they have some basic t-shirts and their basic tank tops and their basic shorts and leggings, but they don't just call them basic, they call them essentials. Because instead of becoming something basic, oh, it's basic, I really don't need it. But if it's essential, that reframes it. There's a word again. Reframes it in a way that now, oh, I need this in my wardrobe. I need this in my life. Oh, I need that t-shirt, or I need that tank top, or I need those leggings. All right. So look if you can do things like that where you can reframe the way it's talked about and kind of say, hey, these are not just basic leggings over here. These are your essential everyday go-to legging. Things like that. All right. So you want to, again, make the customer have a better connection with the slow mover and see themselves living their life or another part of life that they connect to with the item. Okay, so those are the 3 ways you can use to really make sure that your slow sellers start moving fast. 1, you want to use your focal points and your windows in your store to highlight and elevate those slow items to a better positioning in your store. 2, you want to make sure that you are rotating your product on a consistent basis over and over again. You're doing micro moves as well as large moves on a regular basis. So you're changing out your mannequins regularly, you're changing out your floor fixtures, your walls, your bus forms throughout, and you're using that planner. Get the link below, the 12-month planner, and how you can make sure you're planning and being strategic in all these moves. And 3, you want to create storytelling around these items. You want to create lifestyle or reframe them. Again, the word. Reframe them and rename them in ways that the customers see themselves buying it. Right? See themselves in a new light using your product. And this works for a couple of reasons. So all these tips going together work because it keeps your store looking fresh and new for your customer. So they're always coming into something new, something inviting. It also has the customer see the product in their life. That's the key. When you can connect the product emotionally to something they want to buy because they can see themselves using it in their everyday life or in a special life. But you created that story and that theme around it. And then 3, the most important reason why it works, it keeps your profits. Yes, we talked about it earlier in the video. You don't put things on sale. You don't have to mark things down. You take the time to rotate and give these items new life. And so you sell through them, keeping your margin intact, which is the most important thing. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your comments on what your thoughts were. I would love to hear what you want to see going in the future, because this channel was created to really help you take to the next level. You have a great business, but now you want to know how you can grow. And I truly believe the best way to grow is through visual merchandising and marketing, right? Please subscribe to this channel to get more of these wonderful tips. I talk about a lot more going forward, like marketing and sales, but we want to make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss a video. And then please like this video, and then also please share this video with a boutique bestie you might have or someone you know that could really use this information. Okay, get that planner down below to help start planning today. Even though it's the middle of the month, middle of the year, it doesn't matter. That planner is fillable. You can use it however you want to, when you want to, but it's really going to be a great tool to get you to the next level. Okay, so please subscribe, hit that like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.